Hey, sweetie. How you doing, my love? I know, my love. I beg, just relax. They come, be coming down. My name is Stacy Tega Ojiwewe. I lost my mom in 2016 December. She had 3 kids. She had me and then like my younger sisters way after. Daughter of a major. My granddad fought the Civil War. The things my mom did for me growing up, she didn't have to. I was living with my grandparents. She could have left me to be with them while she was in uni. I was grown, like primary school kind of grown, maybe 6, 7 years old when she finally got in uni, and I went through that experience with her. When she goes to the city, she sees how life is here. She wants me to experience it. Brings me over. Even when she started like traveling abroad, same thing. First 2 trips, she sees how it is okay. I take my daughter with me, like just that energy of having someone that I knew was there for me. I knew, it's kind of selfish, but I just knew that this person would bond herself to keep me warm right from when I was little.
You're showing me your true colors.
Not really true colors. Someone wants to check your hair. If not, you know, go check your hair. Then she remarried and had my younger sisters, but for the most of it till I was like 16, it was just me and her. We've been through different phases of life together. And the first place we traveled together to was the UK. And I remember being in the aircraft, like we were just boarded. And she held my hand. She held my hand and she said, this is a new beginning for us. This is a new level for us. And you know that kind of thing, like in secondary school, like when you go abroad, like it's a big deal. And we traveled, we shopped, we'd go to like beginning of our stay when we had money, we go to Marks and Spencer, like Zara. And then when our money started finishing, we started going to Primark. And he sells with plenty Primark bags. She was pregnant with my little sister Blessing, and she was 40. She was 41. So she had complications. She was really sick. I remember putting out my hand for her to throw up in it, and it still goes down to how black women are neglected when they are complaining, especially like when they're complaining about their whatever it is, when they're complaining about their body, about their health, like even doctors don't take them seriously. This person was not moving for hours, and like there was no nurse to like check how she's doing. Or I remember just sitting there with her like barely conscious, you know, and there was no nurse. I think there was a time we were even looking for a nurse. There was nobody there. They have so many people in the hospital. They are doing the barest minimum, honestly. Like, I think my mom's husband wanted to even sue them at some point. I don't know if he went ahead with that or how that's going for him. But yeah, the hospital, they did play huge parts. Even Abuja clinics, because her eyes were yellow. And how I knew she had preeclampsia, I had to start like researching on Google, like what's happening, what's this thing, what's that thing. And it was when I researched on Google, because her eyes were getting yellow, but I didn't say anything. I noticed it, but I didn't say anything immediately. I thought maybe it was something she noticed as well. And then when I Googled it and it was a symptom, then I told her, see what's happening. I think that was when she was in Abuja clinics. But like, you have nurses attending to you. Like, people are coming here, they're checking you daily, and have they not seen that your eyes are yellow? And it's a symptom of something, right? Like something, because when we got to National Hospital and they found out that she had preeclampsia, something that when you start having preeclampsia, the solution is remove the baby immediately. immediately. So I think, and she was even in Abuja clinics for like a couple of days, maybe even a week, you know. So like, where is the sense in that? Because this is a hospital, they're supposed to know exactly what is going on. From the moment she checked in and they saw her eyes, they're supposed to know, okay, this is a symptom of this. Let's look for a way to operate on this person. And I feel like, yeah, maybe if she had done the operation sooner, she would have been strong enough to like
recover.
Yeah. My whole dream was, you know, I'm gonna make this woman proud and I would know her. So like, if I dip it too much, it was very like I was living a purposeless life. Hence, the need for marijuana.
Where do you go when I close my eyes? When I finally realize you're not here with me. Where do you go when I close my eyes? When I finally realize you're not here with me. Where do you go?
When I realized it was bad was this day I took a nap, and I woke up from the nap and I was just like, what am I even doing here? Like, so many times I was just ready to die because of how close my mom and I were. There's just a life without my mom didn't seem possible at that time. So I was really just, wanting to die. I was sad, I was everything, depression, basically. I was depressed. Because I was depressed, I was stress eating as well. So I added lots of weight, and I also had this boyfriend at the time that, because during mourning and the whole depression, I kind of pushed my friends away because, you know, grief, like, nobody really gets it, and a lot of people shy away from like that kind of sadness. Like, people don't know what to do around people who are grieving. So I pushed my friends away in that moment, or my friends couldn't assess me. It just wasn't working out. So I had this boyfriend that I really clung to in the moment because, you know, it just felt like that was all I had. And it wasn't even a great relationship, but I just really held on to it because it seemed like that was all I had. This boyfriend used to like come to Nigeria. He wasn't schooling in Nigeria, so he used to come like every month to see me, and he liked beads. I used to change my beads, my waist beads every month. So this visit, I wanted something special, and I'd reached out to this girl on the internet, and she was rude to me. I don't know why. Even on top of everything, I said, okay, give me your account number. She didn't send it. Like, she didn't send it. I was like, okay, cool. So I had like the basic knowledge of bead making because I used to do it with my best friend when we were kids. Like, her mom used to make beads, and you know, for kids, because even my younger sisters, they love it. Like, it's fun for them. So I had like basic knowledge. I went to the market. I remember how much I spent in the market. It was 1,600 naira, and I just bought like a few things, and then I started like putting together beads. In that moment, when I started making beads, I started creating designs. I would spend the whole day. You see, now if I'm making a waist bead, maybe 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour for one bead, depending on how difficult it is. But then it would take me like one whole day to make beads. But I liked it. I liked the idea of creating, and I realized that in that time, like the whole 12 hours of me trying to make one bead, I realized, okay, number one, I'm not eating. I'm focused on this thing. I'm not thinking of food. I'm focused on this thing. I'm not over-calling this boy, because you know, even when you know you're being too much. So I knew I was being too much, and I realized I'm doing this other thing that takes my time, that I'm not thinking of food, I'm not thinking of reaching out to this boy, I'm not thinking of just dying. I just want to finish this design and, you know, make something beautiful. And it took me hours. I'll stay there and do it. And, you know, small by small with the bead making, that was how like I was able to actually leave that depression. Even doing this interview, I feel like, oh my God, all you ever talk about is your mom. Like, it's literally my whole identity. I don't want that to be like, I don't want the whole sad story to be my identity, but it's what has happened to me, and it really fucked me up in several ways. In several ways, it fucked me up. You're matching your cake. I think with grief, like, it's always there. You just become used to the person not being around over time. I think I'm getting used to the fact that my mom is not here. Mother's Day used to be very difficult for me. Another skill I developed from losing my mom is like zoning out. I could be here, but I promise you I'm not here. Like, the first time that happened was my mom's burial. Like, how can I, how like, I had to zone out. I couldn't be there. I remember because I was there, but like my emotions were not there. Because I was sitting in a car. My auntie had to sit with me. Like, I was sitting in a Volkswagen and my mom's coffin was behind me. God. I'm sorry. I don't even, you see how I'm processing this emotion, and I'm laughing because I don't know how to process it, because I did not process it in that moment. I was like, okay, no, bye. I zoned out. I think like last Mother's Day, the one in March, I was just like, see, you know what, not today, Satan. Not today. Like, not today. So I just blocked out like the whole thing from my head. I really just zoned out. I didn't want to process it, but most times it's like, you know, kind of hard for me, and people check up on me, which is really sweet. Like my mom's sisters, they always just make sure I'm fine. It also taught me like the importance of like expressing yourself, telling people what they mean to you. Tell your mom, not even just on Mother's Day, like tell your mom how much she means to you. Let her know how much you love her. And even when even like in 2017, when I was dealing with grief, I had this thing in my head, is like, at least she knew how much you loved her. At least she knew how much you appreciated her. Because like me and my mom were cute like that. Like random days, I'll just send her a text message. Like, I see your sacrifices. I see all that you do for me. I love you. I appreciate you. So yeah, honestly, I feel like appreciating moms should go way more than Mother's Day. Because like some moms really put their hearts to it, looking after their kids, loving their kids. There's hardly ever anybody that will love you the way like your mom loves you, you know. And it's so warm, it's so, I mean, you came out of this person, so there's that connection, right?
When is coming?
See 100 naira worth of it now. Before it used to be like 2 times the size. So
This one 3.
especially because of how dependent I was on her. My entire life revolved around her. All these years, I just found myself like, I just find myself like just struggling to get the life that I know, the life that I'm used to. There's this chain that is among the sets I sell and it's not available. Oh, but I saw chains at that other person's store, so I'm going to go back and check. This one. It's finished, man. Okay. So let's go and check the other place, hopefully, because it's very important to my sets. I hope I find it. Since losing my mom, a lot of things, like my life did the whole 360, is the direct opposite of what it used to be. I was schooling in Dubai, and I was trying to, at the time my mom died, I was trying to transfer schools. I mean, the moment she died, I knew that that was not gonna happen, because like my dad was not into the whole schooling abroad idea from the beginning. Before, I used to spend like 1K plus max. Yeah, thank you. 1,000 naira max for stock, or maybe 2,000 naira when I'm restocking. But now, like, if I'm doing a proper restock, thank you. If I'm restocking properly, I'll spend like 10,000. Sometimes I pray not to spend up to 10,000. But for today, I'm not buying much. Just a few things I need for like projects I'm doing now. So. Also, I feel very alone. I didn't used to feel like that before because I could tell my mom anything and everything and talk about anything with her and get counsel from her. But there's no longer that. I have to like rely on random young people that probably don't know what they are doing too.
I just assume my concern.
How is it possible?
When it comes to losing a parent or losing someone who is very close to you, I would like people to understand that. Or losing a person who has lost someone who is close to them, I would like people around them to understand that there's nothing you can say and you don't have to say anything. And there's nothing you will say that will make them feel better. I think in that moment, they just need you to respect their feelings. It's not okay, it's not well. Don't tell them it's well. No, it's not. So I feel like people who are grieving need people who respect their grief, who would sit with them, and even if it's not a comfortable situation, but like just sit with them in their sadness, take care of them as much as you can. When they're crying, probably just pat them on the back. Honestly, anything you're saying, you're making things worse. Not anything, but like for the most of it, especially the first few days or first few weeks, like don't say anything. Just be present with the person. Don't make them feel like, oh, they're killing the vibe, because you'd be much more comfortable if they were not talking about this person who died. It's making you uncomfortable when this person has to deal with like having lost a loved one or someone who is very important to them for the rest of their lives.
You people, okay, let's come here. You people, I don't see you at all.
You cannot see you.
I don't see you people.
If you want to see them, use your hand, put your hand here. Then you can push it up like this. Use your hand and push it up.
Okay, follow the carrot. Say cheese. Start together. Cheese.
Don't snap. Let me snap for you. Here. Put your hand here. You press it.
No, I'll not see it.
You not see this place. See the button here. See this button.
Okay.
And put your hand there. And hold it down until you hear click. No. See the button here. Press it. Press it very well.
And for those who have lost their mom as well, on this Mother's Day, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I know it feels very different having this thing that everyone is celebrating about and you no longer have yours. You don't know how to feel, don't know how to act. You should honor your mother on days like this. You should treat yourself, like just do something that makes you happy. Do something that you used to do with your mom when she was alive. Or call your siblings, call your dad, keep her memory alive. Reflect, journal, anything that reminds you of her. It doesn't mean you can't have like a great Mother's Day celebration as well. Once you've had a mother, you always have a mother. You came out from somewhere. Although it might remind you of the pain of not having something to celebrate when every other person has something to celebrate. But that's not true. You can still celebrate, feel your feelings. If your way of celebration is even feeling the pain of having lost your mom, feel it. Your feelings are very, very valid. If you're past that stage, like if you can do other things, if you have space in your heart to feel other things, allow yourself, honor her memory, call your loved ones, call people that loved her. The fact that she's not here doesn't mean she doesn't deserve to be celebrated. So do something in honor of your mom today. You done? I'm sure you know how much losing you affected me, and it just goes to show like how much I love you and I appreciate you, and like anything that I can do to show that how much I appreciate you, how much I appreciated you, I will do it like over and over again. I love you so much. I wish you were here to raise Blessing and Pearl, because I don't know why I did. I just feel like it's unfair. I just feel like it's unfair. I haven't having like such an amazing mother and not getting to experience her, you know.